what happens if interest rates go up or down during the home buying process? I'm Jose Medina with Keller Williams, and today I'm here to answer one of the questions that I keep getting from buyers that we're working with, which is, what happens if my interest rate goes up or down during the buying process? So as we know, the Federal Reserve has met multiple times over the last couple months and have adjusted interest rates pretty dramatically. And we know that the rest of 2022 is going to look the same with a lot of volatility in the interest rates. And so I'm getting this question over and over and over again. So I just wanted to share with you 3 tips that we help buyers with as they're moving through the home buying process, and maybe this will be helpful for you. So the first thing is as you're getting pre-approved, understand that rate and that pre-approval is good for the day that they give it to you, right? And so if interest rates are at 5.5, they're gonna quote you all your payments and your interest rate and everything based on 5.5, right? And so if that interest rate goes up, that's gonna change what that pre-approval letter is. So my suggestion is, as you're moving through the buying process, make sure you're connecting with the lender, especially if that process has been taking a couple weeks or a couple months. Make sure that you're in communication with the lender to make sure that that interest rate hasn't moved too much to help with your home buying power, basically. The second tip I would give is, as soon as you lock in your house, make sure you call your lender to do what's called a lock-in, a rate lock-in. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna lock in that rate on the day that you actually get your purchase agreement. So you're gonna call your lender and say, hey, I found a house, and they're gonna lock in that rate. My suggestion when you're doing that is to do a longer lock-in. Last thing we wanna do is lock you in for 30 days, and then the closing get pushed for whatever reason, and at day 35, now you're out of your rate lock. That would be a problem. So make sure that you're going for a longer lock-in option. My rule of thumb is 40 to 60 days is a very comfortable time to make sure that you're gonna get your loan closed in time. So the third tip is, it's the actual opposite. What happens if my interest rate goes down, right? Let's say I lock in at 5.5, and then something happens where the rate goes down to, let's say, 5%. I would talk to your lender about what's called a float down option. So some lenders, not all lenders, but some lenders will give you what's called a float down option, which says if you lock in at 5.5 and rates come down, you have the option to look at bringing your rate down to that 5%. Now understand that there's usually a cost associated with this, but it is worth a conversation to look at the numbers, your payment, how long you plan to be at the house, how much has the rate went down, all of those things. It's worth at least looking at if you're in that situation to take advantage of a float down option. So these are some of the questions that we're getting. If you have questions, if you want to sit down and talk with us about how we can help you with your next home purchase, answer some of these questions about interest rates, we'd be happy to connect with you. We'd be happy to have you talk to one of our preferred lenders. Our contact information is below, and we're here to help you through that home buying process. Thanks.